What's up, guys? So today I'm doing this video because I am, hold on. I like to listen to audibles, but let me just turn it down a little bit. I'm doing this video because I'm making ribs and macaroni and cheese today. So you guys have seen how I've made my mac and cheese before. Well, not my mac and cheese, but my mom's mac and cheese. So that's what I'm gonna make. Right now I just got the water, and I'm about to put the noodles in there, which is the large elbow noodles. So these are the ribs I got, and this is my first time making ribs, so hopefully it comes out good. So I don't have, what's it called, foil paper. I forgot to buy foil paper. I always forget something. But whenever I want to make something on this pan, I just spray this on there so that it doesn't stick. So yeah. So I did take I guess it's called the membrane off of the ribs. So I was able to take that off. Let me take a little bit more off right here on the sides. And yeah, I realized that I will be needing foil paper to wrap the ribs in. So luckily I was able to go to the office right here, and my Aunt Tequila and my cousin Laura, they work at the office, so they have some foil paper there. They gave me foil paper, and my Aunt Tequila, she cooks, so she makes delicious food, so she gave me some food and some cake. So first I gotta put some mustard, and yes, my hands are very clean, nice and washed. So this is what I've seen on all the TikTok videos I've seen of like people making ribs, is that they add the mustard. So I moved over here to the table so that I could record better and have more room. So gotta open this. So this is onion powder. This is garlic powder. And this is what I've seen from one video on TikTok. My mom also did tell me how she makes hers. And what I'm gonna take from that is the barbecue sauce. So now, salt. Don't want to add too much salt, because I want it to be flavorful, but not like too salty, you know. Now black pepper. Some dark brown sugar. Goodness. Now remember, this is my first time making ribs, you know. Now that I'm living on my own, you know, I like to eat out from time to time, and I also get frozen foods, but I also like to cook, and I also want to learn more recipes, you know. So yeah, I want to make more stuff, you know. And I've tried to find like different things to make from like TikTok videos, but I don't find, maybe I'm just picky, I don't know, I just don't find a lot of things that I would personally want to eat on there. Um, I do want to learn how to make curry, and my mom, when her and my dad, she told me that when her and my dad were together, she used to make him curry. He loved when she made that, because I'm half Japanese on my dad's side, so like, she made curry for him. Yeah. One day I'd like to go to Japan with my little sister. I know she would love to go to... You know, I wish I could go to Japan with my mom, my sister, and my stepdad. Honestly, my whole family. I would love to go to Japan with them. And you know, it would be possible if all of us saved up money, you know, and we all split costs on things. It would be 100% possible. The thing is, my parents have a lot of animals, you know. My family, with my sister's pets and my mom's pets, like, they got, let's see, there's those two dogs, and there's Simba, and there's Marky Gunny. So 5 dogs. And then for the cats, there's Oliver, Archie, Thor, Chucky, Little Lady, Nagini, Maggie, and Toy's cat. So 8 cats together. So 5 dogs and 8 cats. And I have my 2 cats. And like, I'm already struggling with wondering if like when I'll be able to go visit, just because like I'm a very empathetic person, you know. I feel a lot of empathy for people, but I'm even more empathetic towards animals. Like I can't watch movies if it has anything to do with like animals being hurt or left or anything like that, you know. And so it's hard because I'd like to go visit my parents. They live in California, and my little sister, like on the holidays and stuff. But like, I don't want to leave my cats, you know, because cats are easier than dogs, in a sense where if you want to go somewhere for like a day or two, they'll be fine at home if you leave like a big bowl of water and food, a big bowl of food and their litter. And you know, I have people here that would come and check on them and make sure they have enough food, make sure they have enough water, their litter's cleaned, things like that. But my stomach starts hurting when I think about leaving them, you know, because animals, they don't know if you're coming back or not. That's why I've always had a hard time. I don't like leaving my dogs. If I've had dogs in the past, I wouldn't like leaving them in like kennels if we went somewhere for the weekend or something, because like, you know that you'll be back to pick them up, right? But they don't know. And it's hard for me to imagine like my cats wondering if I'm not coming back, because they're used to me going to work every day, you know, except for my 2 days that I'm off. But they're used to me coming home, right? I always come home every day. So, and then I think like, if I were, I need to get a license for real, because then I could just drive over there. But even so, if I were to get someone, if I were to pay a friend or family member to drive me, or if I were to get my license and drive myself, and I'd take my cats with them, I feel like that would be a lot of stress for them, you know. Like, I don't want to do anything to stress them out. I think being there for a while, you know, they would get used to it, but then they'd have to take the drive back, and I don't know. We'll see. So I let the oven preheat to 350, and now I'm gonna put the ribs in the oven, just like that. I should have gotten I should have gotten some more foil paper for the mac and cheese, but of course I didn't think about it, you know, while I was there, because sometimes I just don't think about these things. Sometimes I just forget, you know. But and I don't want to go back and get more foil paper, because I don't want to feel like sometimes I feel like I shouldn't be asking for these things. Like, I know that, you know, when it comes to family, it's family helps family, you know, and I know that they wouldn't see it as me asking too much, but it's still a thought in my head, you know, and with anxiety and stuff, I always feel like if I ask for certain things, or if I ask for anything, it's asking too much, you know, and I don't want to come off as, you know, I'm always asking for something, you know, so I'm just gonna that way it doesn't stick, which that should work. Sometimes you just gotta improvise, bro. Sometimes you just gotta improvise. Okay, so now we're working on the mac and cheese. First, now that the noodles are all soft and cooked, we're gonna add some Velveeta. Man, I'm so excited. I love ribs, and I love my mom's mac and cheese. And last time I made it, it was super good, you know. I did forget the milk last time, so I used water instead. But I got milk. I got milk.
Why do you keep saying that?
I'm listening to Eclipse right now. My two go-to book series are the Harry Potter series, that's my favorite, and then the Twilight series, that's also one of my favorites. And you know, the books are always better than the movies. I love the Harry Potter movies. I love the Twilight movies, but the books are just always more detailed, you know? It's like with Harry Potter. Oh, so this is the mozzarella.
I'm okay. I'm just freaking out. Give me a...
So, with the Harry Potter movies, you know, they left out a lot of characters that were in the books, you know? I don't like things that are too cheesy, you know, so I'm gonna add a good amount of cheese, but not too much. It's just because I had a bad experience with cheese when I was little, you know, ate some bad cheese. And now, if I eat something that has too much cheese or too much of a cheesy taste, it doesn't taste good to me, you know. I've gotten to a point now that I'm older where I can eat certain cheese, you know, but... What was I saying? Oh, the Harry Potter books. Yeah, there's characters in there that aren't in the books. I mean, aren't in the movies. And Dobby is in... Hold on. Dobby is in the books a lot more than he's in the movies, for real. Like, so if you think about it, like, which movies Dobby's in, right? Dobby's in The Chamber of Secrets, and he's in the very last one. 2 movies. In the books, the only ones that he's not in the books is The Sorcerer's Stone and The Prisoner of Azkaban. Excuse me. And this is my... Then, in the books, you know, you have Ron's brothers, right? You never, in the movies, you never meet Charlie. You meet Bill in like the Deathly Hallows Part 1. But that's it. Harry meets Bill and Charlie pretty early on in the books. you know. And then there's the character Peeves, the poltergeist at Hogwarts, which I know that in the movies they had an actor to play Peeves, and they recorded the scenes with him, but for some reason they didn't put him in it. But yeah, lots of characters, lots of different things. Like, I've read the Harry Potter books so much. Like, I'm a big Harry Potter nerd, you know? And it sucks because the author is transphobic, and I'm a trans man, you know? So, you know, the author of my favorite books doesn't like people like me. But yeah, I still love the books, and now that I've read the books so many times, whenever I watch the movies, I notice things that, like, are different. So I'm gonna, if you don't want to hear spoilers, probably want to fast forward, or I don't know, get out. But in the books, you know, when Harry finds out, in the last book, when Harry finds out that he has to die because a piece of Voldemort's soul is in him, like he's a Horcrux basically. When he finds out, he walks out of the castle with his invisibility cloak. He doesn't want anyone to see him. He doesn't want anyone to try to stop him, right? But on the way out, he runs into Neville. And he decides to take off his invisibility cloak, and he's like, I just want to tell you, in case, like, I have to go do something to finish this war or whatever. And Neville's like, you're not gonna, like, you're not going to meet Voldemort, are you? And Harry's like, no, of course not. I just have some more stuff to do, right? And he's like, Ron and Hermione know that Voldemort's snake needs to be killed. But in case they can't do it, in case they're busy or something, kill the snake. That's why Neville kills the snake. But in the movie, it makes it seem like, because Ron and Hermione are trying to kill the snake, right? In the final battle. And the snake has them cornered and is about to bite them, when Neville comes out of nowhere with the sword and kills the snake, saving Ron and Hermione, right? So it's different, you know. There are things that are very different. You know, I will. So I'm looking forward to the HBO Max series about Harry Potter, because they're trying to make. Gosh, this cheese is like, I don't know. Oh. Stupid. I need to add some milk. I'm so dumb. So this is the milk I get for life, because it has a longer, like, it doesn't expire as quick as regular milk. And it tastes just the same, you know. And then with the Twilight series, obviously there's a lot in the, you know, books are always just more detailed than the movies. That's just the way it is, because, like, if you make a show like the way they're making the Harry Potter into a show, then you could get more from the books, you know. But if it's just the movie, there's a time limit, you know. Which, me personally, I would sit through a 3-4 hour movie of Harry Potter. Just saying. But if you haven't seen it, I mean, if you haven't read it, I highly recommend reading Midnight Sun, which is Twilight, but it's in Edward's perspective, Edward's point of view, you know? So it starts off with Edward in the cafeteria on Bella's first day of school, you know? And I just think it's a lot better than Twilight. You know, I've always loved the Twilight books, but now whenever I start the series over, I listen to Midnight Sun first. I don't really listen to Twilight anymore, or read, you know, because I like to listen to audibles, and I listen to audibles while I'm at work. So I use one earbud, you know, while I'm stalking. Or read Midnight Sun, you know. I think it's I'm pretty positive it's the Velveeta cheese that is like, maybe I shouldn't have added that much Velveeta. Because I hate the smell of cheese. Listen. I hate the smell of cheese. And you know, I've never liked, I'm very picky when it comes to mac and cheese because, like I said, I'm not a big cheese person. So when it comes to homemade mac and cheese, like people making their mac and cheese, I'll only eat my mom's. You know, if not, other than that, I like Kraft's mac and cheese. You know what cheese I really like is, I really like the Mexican crumb cheese. I forgot what it's called, but you guys know what I'm talking about. And I like nacho cheese, but if you buy nacho cheese out of the can from the store, like there's certain ones that like don't taste really good. You gotta get the right kind. So I added the mac and cheese. I feel like I should have gotten more of the pasta shells, the elbow macaroni. But anyways. Now I'm going to add these breadcrumbs. Oh, that came out a lot more than I expected it to, but hey, the more the better. I like it nice, crispy, and crunchy. So I don't know if my mom does this, but I mix the crumbs in. That way you get it like in all the macaroni. And then, let me just kind of spread it out. I add some more on top. And, you know, however much you want to add just depends on you and what you like, you know. So I'm going to add the mac and cheese to the bottom rack. So now I'm going to make my mom's barbecue sauce, which she told me she does. And I got this bowl. She uses the Sweet Baby Ray's. I got the sweet and spicy one because I like things sweet and spicy. So I'm going to add... Yes, I'm adding a lot. Because I wanted to, you know... I wanted to be able to cover all the ribs, you know. Then my mom adds ketchup.
Seth was crouched, still tensed in agony, looking as if he meant to launch aside. Seth, trust me. The huge wolf stared into Edward's agonized eyes for one long second, and then he straightened up and flew into the trees.
And then,
staring like a ghost.
Brown sugar.
Edward cradled tightly against his chest, and then we were also hurtling through the shadowy forest, taking a different path than the wolf.
Oh. Almost forgot another ingredient that my mom uses.
What happened, Edward? What happened to Sam?
Soy sauce, which you might be thinking soy sauce and barbecue sauce, but I've tasted my mom's ribs, and this is the barbecue sauce she makes, and it's delicious. So I'm not gonna add too much soy sauce because I don't know how much she adds, but now just going to mix it together. Man, I'm so excited for these ribs and mac and cheese. Oh yeah, that tastes really good. Wow. So I'm gonna just put the barbecue sauce in the fridge for now. I don't want to leave it out. I'm sitting here, mac and cheese already in the oven for a good while, and I'm thinking, all of a sudden the thought pops in my head. Was I supposed to add butter? Did I forget to add the butter? So it's been 2 hours since I put the ribs in the oven, and I just don't think it's done yet. So I'm going to put the juice, all on the ribs. Put it back in the oven for maybe another hour or 2. And then take it out. I'll check it again in an hour. Take it out, and if it's done, then I'll put the barbecue sauce on it, put it back in. Alright, so the ribs are ready for the barbecue sauce to go on there. I don't have, that little brush that people use sometimes to put the barbecue sauce on the ribs, so I'm gonna just put it on there how I do. This is how they look right now. And I'm gonna put the barbecue sauce and put them back in the oven. And let me tell you something, these ribs got this house smelling delicious. And these are the baby back ribs now that I've put the barbecue sauce on it. And they are going back in the oven right now. Oh man, look at that. My ribs are done. Okay, I am ready to try this. Look at that. Look at that. I am just so excited. I've been wanting to make these ribs for a while now. So, time to try. Look at that, just fall off the bone. Bone just fell right off. Oh my gosh. That was just so good. I'm very proud of myself with these ribs. I've never made ribs before. Hey, mamas. That macaroni is so good. 10 out of 10. Thank you for watching, guys.